Hello and welcome to Only Stupid Answers. Hello, Patreon people, you little beautiful little people. If you're watching our YouTube channel, thank you for subscribing. My name is Sam.
I am also not Sam. I am DJ.
There's only one or two options here, usually. Normally.
Normally, under normal conditions.
Welcome. We're going to be doing a quick spoiler-free movie review for Mission Impossible
Yay!
Fallout because we saw it earlier this week. It was super cool. Highly recommend you see it in IMAX. Don't worry, though. Spoiler-free, this is the 6th installation in the Mission Impossible film franchise. Sweet God, it will never end, and I don't think I want it to.
How many have you seen?
All of them. Not the first two. Never mind. That was a lie.
All of them. I saw Ghost Protocol. I've seen all of them. No, I've seen all of them, but the third one.
That's J.J. Abrams.
I know. I missed it. I just haven't had a chance to revisit it.
But Mission Impossible Fallout. Here's our quickie review. Just so you know, we like to stay positive here.
Yes.
So we're going to give you the quick rundown. Our quick overviews.
Yes.
Then 3 positives the movie had, and then a nitpick. I think that's fair. We'll rate it. Yes. And then you'll be on your way. All right? Have a good one. Thanks for listening to this audio version, or thanks for hopping up to that $15 tier for the video, or if you waited till Friday. Yeah, or you waited.
Here is the synopsis for Mission Impossible Fallout. Ethan Hunt and his IMF team, along with some familiar allies, race against time after a mission gone wrong. That is the description of literally every Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Literally every single one.
I don't know how it can always get to like such horrible conditions.
Yeah.
This is every 2 years.
Yeah.
He's disavowed publicly by his government.
It is. So right now on Rotten Tomatoes, as of this recording, it has a 97%.
I didn't even process what that number.
Yeah. Here's the critical consensus. Fast, sleek, and fun, Mission Impossible Fallout lives up to the, quote, impossible part of its name by setting yet another high mark for insane set pieces in a franchise full of them. That feels about right.
That is.
It's 100% top critics.
That's
People
insane.
really like this movie.
We'll talk about what we actually think, but this is starring Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, you have Alec Baldwin returning, and also the introduction of Angela Basset and Henry Cavill, their characters from the CIA.
Rebecca Ferguson is returning from Rogue Nation.
Thank you, couldn't remember her name.
Yeah, and
sorry.
That's actually a spoiler. I won't tell you who that is.
No,
yeah, but a bunch of people are showing up from all over the franchise, from all over the franchise's history in this movie.
And this is the same director who did Rogue Nation.
Yes,
what's his name?
Christopher McQuarrie. I believe I'm pronouncing that right.
And he is the writer as well. So, quickie overview. Really enjoyed this movie. Highly recommend in IMAX, like I said before, because let's be honest, these are like stunts. Like this is kind of like going to an air show. Like, you're gonna see insane things that Tom Cruise is crazy enough to actually do.
There's a chase.
Where stunt people won't do them, but he'll do them.
There's a motorcycle chase where they make sure the camera goes right up into his face so that that's Tom Cruise without a helmet driving against traffic. And I'm gonna be honest, it stressed me out. Yeah. In like the best way possible, it stressed me out.
There is, and now again, spoiler free, so we're only going to be pulling from what is shown in trailers. Yes. And you have seen a halo jump. If you don't know what a halo jump is, that's like near space jump, and you have to jump with oxygen, and you're going, and you don't pull your chute until very, very low. Yeah. That way you don't get caught on radar, because you're moving so fast.
That's just science.
That's just science. That's how it works. That's how the military does it. That is one of the most tense. I thought sweat was shooting out of my pores like Spider-Man's webs. I was like, I need this to end, but you get the full, like, it's not like he jumps and you get him landing. You get the fall, which is insane.
It's ridiculous. There's you've probably seen snippets of a lot of the set pieces and action sequences in the trailers, but you definitely don't. This isn't one of those movies where it's like, oh, I've seen this already. You haven't seen the parts that matter. Yeah, that really like.
There's emotional weight to them, not in the sense of like I care what's gonna happen, but you're like, no, you're can invested. Feel. Yeah, you can feel every punch and every kick and every just.
Ugh. A sequence that really stood out to me, it's in the trailer briefly, is a fight in the bathroom, and there's so much more to that than what you see in the trailer.
Henry Cavill reloads his arms. Yeah. He does and you're like, why would he do that? But like
I will say, that's one little nitpick I had in the trailer. They give this nice meaty sound, and the movie just kind of does it. And it's like, well, that's not as cool as in the trailer.
No, you should have taken the note from the trailer house. Not always a good idea. Yeah. But overall, I think we very much enjoyed this film. And we've already kind of gotten into our first like positive. Which is the action.
The big one. It's the reason this movie exists. The movies like this, specifically this franchise, exist for the set pieces. And this movie in no way disappoints on that level. These are some of the most amazing, incredible, best thought out action set pieces that I've seen in a movie in a long time.
It makes you like a little sick because of how good it is. There, and also like. No, I'm getting ahead of myself with other positives that I really enjoy. But just focusing on the action, you get, I think it's fair to say there's four to five main action set pieces that you
sounds
get
about right.
In this film, and every single one of them is very unique. The way it's captured and the way that it's like the way they portray the action. I think there's like a real physicality to it, which I understand like that's going to attract a lot of audiences that really enjoy action, because you could tell that these actors really care about. Broke it. Who really care about what they're doing, and, and I think they're also in tune with like, we know what this movie is, and it's also kind of cool to be a part of something like this, because it's obviously physically taxing. So they are willing to put in the work to make this like credible. And so many things happen in this movie that are just like, why? Like how? Like it really makes you feel like this is like a spy movie based on the lengths they'll go to pull off some of these stunts.
And I think that kind of segues into another positive we had, which we were talking about it before, and it's like I said I liked the characters, and Sam was like, "Do you like the characters, the actors?" And it's kind of this is just a likable group of people that it really helps sell what you're watching. Like we'll get into this a little bit later, but the plot is essentially nonsense, which doesn't matter for a movie like this. What matters is that the set pieces are incredible, and that you care enough about the people on screen. You enjoy spending this 2 hours enough with them, that combination of two things makes it a highly entertaining movie.
Oh, 100%. And the reason why we kind of disagree, he said characters, and I think it might just be that the actors actually do enjoy being near each other and doing these scenes together, and they're having fun in this movie. They're like, oh, we'll travel all around the world, and Tom Cruise is going to do most of the heavy lifting action-wise, and we'll just say like the spy nonsense, easy peasy. Like who doesn't like doing a spy movie? No, they're very charismatic together, and it's cool that there's this team of people that I couldn't tell you the characters' names. Ving
Rhames, Simon Pegg.
Those are their names. But I do enjoy them interacting with one another, and they can kind of play off of each other in really cool ways. And they do callbacks to the other movies as well, which you're like, I vaguely remember that. But I don't really care that I don't know what specifically they're talking about. I just know that they're having fun.
It's interesting that they've kind of whittled, it's 6 movies in, they've whittled this cast down to like the best version of it, because you've got Ving Rhames, you've got Simon Pegg, who are always fun additions to this. It's interesting how much emotional heavy lifting they give to Ving Rhames. Like he's
so good.
Basically the emotional heart of these movies.
He does like this like half like smirk smile, but it's like it looks like he's kind of tearing up at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
And if you're like,
it's like when your dad cries. It really gets you.
If you're like me and you thought Rebecca Ferguson was the best part about Rogue Nation, she continues to be amazing in this film. She gets a lot of her own awesome action sequences,
and she's got her own she's got her own thing going on in this movie.
Yes.
It's running parallel and it's still important, but it's cool that like she's handling her own business by herself, and like it looks like the movie respects her, which is cool.
Yeah,
but
I think you could do a spin-off of these movies focused on her character, and you'd be just fine.
Yes, if she's willing. I feel like one of the also big things that the polls, like we said, is the action that we're seeing that Tom Cruise is like putting in the effort.
Yeah.
So if she's down, I'll be there.
I swear to God, there were several scenes in this movie where I was shocked that I hadn't heard news reports that Tom Cruise was dead from doing something in this movie.
We do know he snapped his ankle,
but it
was hard to figure out which part though.
Watching the helicopter scene
is so stressful. It's in the trailer, but
oh my goodness. Anyway,
makes you want to just vomit. Like you're like afterwards, you're just like, oh, he's so sweaty, like it's so bad. But you brought up action one more time, and I thought I wanted to mention this as our third positive, is that the way they utilize the setting, and I think I found a better way to frame this, is that it feels larger than life. The movie really does. Because like you get a lot of spy movies like John Wick, which is good, but it feels very insular. Like they're in a setting, but it's like kind of between like two people. Like it doesn't feel very big. Fast and Furious kind of does a good job of making it feel larger than life as well. But with this, it felt like it was like you're exploring like one of the set pieces is Paris. It's like you see like the Arc de Triomphe, and you see the Eiffel Tower in like wide shots. So you're like, you know that you're going to be playing around there, and the way they utilize it and the way they use the way they're able to capture a lot of the action, especially the car chases, it feels like you're actually there. It's shot there, but you feel like you're being transported there. And there's other locations that I don't need to mention now because you'll see it in the movie. But it does feel like you're actually in a world that exists, even though it's awful if you keep having these enormous like terrorist level attacks happening every 2 years globally. Yeah, I feel like you should give the job to not just Ethan Hunt. You should give it to way more people. Yeah.
I think that also segues into a lot of obviously the set pieces are amazing, but a lot of the directing, that idea of feeling transported someplace, a lot of the directing, there's a scene that's kind of, I won't talk about it too much because it's spoilers, but it's very poetic and what it's depicting, and getting into the characters' headspaces. It takes a minute for the movie to get the motor running because it has a lot of exposition to give you, but once it kind of gets going, it basically doesn't stop.
Yes.
And much to its credit, and I well directed, and it has a big international feel.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But that does come to our nitpick, where this movie is kind of just setting action. Sorry, that's it. Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna have a third, but it's not that. It's the setting. It's these crazy set pieces and the action that's like you don't know how they actually pull off a lot of this.
Yeah. If you've ever seen any spy movie ever, you know the plot of this movie. If you're looking for somebody to reinvent the plot of a spy film, this is not that movie.
And I don't think this is the franchise to do that either.
Probably
it's kind of like Fast and the Furious. It's like, do you know what happened in the last 3 movies? No, but
I know several.
Vault got pulled out at one point. The cars came out of a plane at one point.
Yeah, the zombie cars in 8. I enjoyed that.
The zombie cars.
By the way, that was a real. I saw a behind the scenes video. That was a real stunt. They were really having cars like flying out of the parking garage. But that's a whole action franchise that weirdly, like this one, seems to get better with age somehow. Yes. I don't know how that works.
Please. Just keep everybody safe on these movies, and we'll keep watching them. We'll keep enjoying them because
1000%.
They are a treat, and they're worth the price of admission and going to see them in a theater. 100%. Yeah, right. Like I would go ahead. I would see this a couple times in theaters because of how that I mentioned it earlier, but it's kind of like an air show, or it's kind of like a X Games or something. It's just like you want to see these people do these actual stunts.
Absolutely,
that's what makes it special. But we do want to rate them.
Yes.
And I can't think of a score. Do you have a number out there?
I was trying to think of like how much money they spent getting rid of Henry Cavill's mustache in Justice League.
Oh, yeah, it's probably like $50 million, something like
that. It was an insane amount of money. Or like, what was Tom Cruise's medical bill for his snapped ankle? I don't know.
And have fun trying to figure out if that mustache is pivotal to the plot.
I will say, honestly, Henry Cavill's painfully good looking. Like, for some reason, this was the movie that it said, like, he walks on screen, I'm like, oh, it hurts.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Hey, I get what your thing is.
Yeah.
I get it.
Oh shit.
I get it now.
Anyway, so I'm in the pool if it was worth it. The mustache was worth it. Damn it.
It was compelling.
So do you want to just do out of 6? It's a 6 movie.
Hey, easy peasy. 6. I think I'm gonna go with them. 6 out of 6. Like it's
yes.
5.89,
something like that.
For plot being nothing. I think that we're on the same page though with the score because it's just so fun.
Yeah, I highly enjoyed this movie. I think you're 100% right that this is the type of movie. It's becoming increasingly rare, but this is the type of movie you definitely see in theaters.
Yes, and it's a perfect summer movie.
100%. And so it made me not only want to go see this again, but I want to go back and rewatch the other 5. Yeah.
I've heard that 1 and 2...
6 out of 6.
Yeah.
If you want to nitpick, 5.6. I don't know, whatever. But basically, A- to an A. Like, just really the best possible version of this type of movie.
Yes. I'd be down to rewatch them, too, because 3, 4, and 5 I had a blast with. So
and
I'd be very excited.
2 is John Woo, which is amazing.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams, there's so many cool directors that have made these movies, so definitely into it. But guys, let us know what you thought. If you're listening on Patreon, hey, we love you. Make sure you tune into our Twitch show, 4 p.m. Thursdays.
Hell yeah.
Make sure you interact on our Discord. If you're not a part of that, make a Discord account. Add it to your Patreon. Bing, bang, boom. You're in the chat. It's amazing. And you could win some stuff if you watch live on Thursdays. Really important.
Live Thursdays, 4 p.m. Twitch.tv/Playnoggin.
Boom. There you go. At Sam Basher, at DJ Talks Trash.
That's me.
Like and subscribe if you're on YouTube because we appreciate that because there's going to be some videos coming out that you're not going to want to miss. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, we all live an impossible mission. Isn't that right, kids?